Good morning, church, on this wonderful Sunday. I don't know if you're confused like me. I don't know whether we're locked up or we're not locked up, level 5, level 4 stages. I don't know. All I know is that I can get myself a takeaway delivered to my house, and I can get work, exercise or something within 5 kilometer radius. But apart from that, I think we're all still pretty much in the same space that we were in the last few weeks. So why am I saying this? Because, as Christians, we're trying to figure out how to get through this time. And we're trying to figure out how to be victorious in this time. We are asking God for guidance and direction at this time, and we're still pretty much locked up. We've got probably issues around income and salary as May has come, and May is starting already. We're wondering if we're going to have too much month at the end of our money by the end of May. And so I just wanted to speak to a few things. Is a little 5-minute teaser for something more that we're going to do a bit later, of just some thoughts for your personal life and your business on how to get through COVID-19 victoriously. So, number one, we've been here before. There have been many things. We've read about the Spanish flu. We've been through the recession. We've had World War I, World War II. My mother told me how when she was living in the south of England in Brighton when she was a child, she came home from school one day and she found her ceiling had been blasted onto her bed because of a bomb that fell, whatever. So humanity has gone through these things, and here's my one-liner. This has come to pass, but it hasn't come to stay. But you and I, we have come to stay. And our businesses, they have come to stay. And our job is to get them not just to survive, but to thrive. So that's the first thing. It's come to pass, hasn't come to stay. We've been here before. The second point is you have to keep your mind right at this time. We are bombarded with so much information at the moment. You can watch more news than you've ever watched. I'm sure you're sick and tired of watching ENCA and other things. We've got more people WhatsApping us, telling us my friend got retrenched, and did you hear about Auntie so-and-so who's in hospital, isn't it? When we're at work, we don't get all that information coming at us. And so we got all of the stuff, and then we're probably watching too much television. So our minds, this is the second point, can be full of saboteurs. We can sabotage our thinking. Now the Bible says that we're to be anxious for nothing, that we mustn't worry about tomorrow, it'll take care of itself, said Jesus in Matthew 6, that we must have the mind of Christ. And we must be renewed by the renewing of our mind, rather. And we must really allow ourselves to get to that next level. And so if we're transformed by the renewing of our minds, we have to make sure that our minds are actually in the right space. So we almost need to have a little radar up here that's looking for the enemy. And if the enemy is coming on the horizon, like we have when aeroplanes come across our borders, we get a little signal that gets sent to the South African air traffic services and the military, and they say, who is this aeroplane? They need to identify themselves. If they're not allowed, they get sent back, and if they're allowed, they can come in. The same with us. We need to be alert. We need to say, are these thoughts good thoughts, or are these thoughts negative thoughts? Keep your mind safe at this time, because you need to lead out of the overflow of your love relationship with God. And if your mind isn't right, people get the dregs and they don't get overflow. The third point that we have to be aware of at this time is that at the moment, we've lost our maps. We only have a compass. Cyril Ramaphosa, people can criticize him all they want, but I wouldn't want his job for $1 billion, because the maps are gone. We remember we lost our maps a while ago when we didn't know what to do with day 0, no water. And Helen Ziller said, I'm not talking to any more climatologists anymore because we have no more map. We just need to know where we're going and figure out a way. And we did. And we've got water in our dams. Thank the Lord right now. You turn your tap on, you've got water. So we got through that. So be gracious to yourself, to your business, and to your leaders if you are employed, because right now they do not have a great map book. It's all gone weird. They've got a compass. And we need to pray for ourselves and our families and for them that we find true north on that map, God's true north, and we find a way to get through to the other side. The other thing is stay busy. Right now, it's business unusual. You're not doing the stuff that you were doing. So even if you're a housewife at home, you've got everyone around you now. You've got your family, your children, your homeschooling, everything. If you're a business person, what you sold and how you sold it and how much you sold it for, you're not doing that anymore either. That's also changed. So I've got clients in the hospitality business that they won't see people in their hotels until December. And I know others that are doing quite well in the IT businesses, and they're doing okay. But whatever it is, it's changed. So this next point says, that what do fishermen do when they cannot fish? And the answer is they mend their nets. In other words, while you can't fish the way you used to fish, mend your nets. If you've got a business, Sort out your standard operating procedures. Go back to those budgets. Put great presentations together for when you do get back to clients, they're going to be wowed. If you're at home, clean up, fix up, do different things. Spend quality time, mend nets of relationships, phone that person you haven't spoken to for a while and mend that net. There's so much that we can be doing at this time that keeps us from being idle. Remember, an idle mind is the devil's workshop, and we don't want to go there. Another point is don't stay in a hole. Stay connected. The thing about being connected is that we are always going to be social creatures. But right now we're deprived of two things. We're socially deprived and we're sensory deprived. Right now, you can't do anything other than see me up to about here and just hear me. So all of your five senses are not engaging me as if we were sitting out having a meal together. We'd be eating together, having a hug, chatting, laughing. You could read all my body language. So we're sensory deprived. So right now we have to do extra work not to be lonely, not to be depressed, not to be downhearted. So work on this more. Get together with people. You know, my daughter has done an amazing thing with her boyfriend. You know what they do? Is they share a recipe together and they cook a meal together. The other day they cooked lunch and they got the same recipe and he had his FaceTime on, she had hers, and they put the meal together and then they sat down and ate the meal and talked about it. And then every second night they have a date night and they choose a Netflix movie to watch together, and then they keep FaceTime on so they can laugh and make comments about the movie and how good or bad it is. You know, little things like that are fun. If you're in a business, think of ways you can have a jokes day. There's so many memes and cartoons going around, it's crazy. Have a talent day. One of my clients is a concert pianist, and her staff said to her, we'd love you to play for us. So she said, okay, I will if you share your talent as well. So having a talent day where everyone's sharing a little bit, if you can, you know, I don't know what talent I would do. I'd scare you with some of my talents. I think I can't sing and I can't play a musical instrument, but I think that I'll try something out. But keep connected, keep going further and further into the relationship development rather than being, as I say in Afrikaans, teruggetrokken, withdrawn, and making sure that you're not in a happy space. And my last point is look after your money. This is the biggest way to get stressed out of your mind. As I said earlier, you don't want too much month at the end of your money. March, we did okay. April, tight month. May is going to be tighter. So I say to people, have three budgets. Have an A budget, a B budget, and a 2-minute noodles budget. And 2-minute noodles budget means that's when you're eating 2-minute noodles. I've personally, with my business and my personal budget, I've cut my budget by 50%. And this morning, I got on my NetBank app and I started doing payments. And I just do a look, because I haven't made as much money this month as I made last month, by far. And so I have to learn how to put it together. Yes, we're trusting God. He is faithful and He is good, but He also asks us to be good stewards. So these are about 5 or 6 things that you can look at in terms of your business and your personal life to take you to the next level. I look forward to having a broader conversation where we can unpack some of this and more in terms of more next level, more victory. God bless you. Have a great Sunday service.